From the News Channel 8 studios, this is Washington Business Tonight with Rebecca Cooper.
Well, today's big story is Toyota. So from the hearings and dealers rallies today, where does Toyota go from here? And what should customers expect and demand from the troubled car maker? We're joined now by Lauren Bloom, a former Justice Department lawyer considered an expert on professional ethics and the CEO of Elegant Solutions Consulting, a firm focusing on teaching business leaders how to build trust with their clients and customers. She's also the author of The Art of the Apology. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
So you say between Toyota and Tiger Woods, it's been a busy month for the Art of the Apology
it's been
and your
so
services.
Busy.
Given that this is what you teach your corporate clients to do, how would you rank today's performance on Capitol Hill?
Oh, they've got a long way to go to make things right.
What did they do wrong?
They did some things well, but what they mostly did wrong is they didn't tell us what's really wrong with their cars. We know that Toyota claims it's not an electrical problem and that it's some combination of safety concerns, but they're not clear about what it is, and I'm not persuaded by what I saw today that they really are going to be able to fix it.
Now, Lentz, the president of Toyota that we saw testifying today, he did have, I thought, a very sincere moment where he teared up in response to the Lexus owner talking about her terrifying ordeal. He testified later, not on the same panel, but he said he lost his brother when his brother was 30 to an accident, and he seemed to very sincerely tear up and not be exploiting that moment. You say he did well, but overall it's the problem that the company is lacking in being more forthcoming.
Exactly. I think he did as well as he possibly could have. He was very sincere. He struck me as a decent guy. I mean, clearly Mr. Lentz is a nice man, but we still don't know what's wrong with the cars. We still can't be sure that the next recall is going to do it. If you read the letter that Waxman and the committee sent out the day before today's hearings, there's some suggestion that 70% of the reported accidents have nothing to do with floor mats or sticky accelerators. And so I think Toyota still has a lot of explaining to do, and if I was a consumer, I'd want to hear that explanation before I...
And one of the things he was really hemming and hawing about today was when he was asked by the committee members, how much power do you have? Can you even call a recall? And he said, well, we're trying to change things at Toyota. We're trying to give Toyota USA a little bit more power. And he said, we're trying to change transparency. But transparency is something that you know well, a lot of corporate businesses are not good at. Is it necessary in today's day and age where consumers want to know what's going on?
I think it's essential, especially when you're dealing with products that can do fatal damage. You know, we're not talking about peeling paint or leaky windows here. We're talking about problems with how quickly the car accelerates, whether you can brake it or not if you're starting to talk about the Prius, steering problems with another model, whether the floor mats are sticky, and whether there's another electrical problem that hasn't even been addressed yet.
So let me play devil's advocate, which isn't always easy to do on behalf of a sticky gas pedal, but can consumers handle the truth? You know, when you're talking statistically about such a statistically insignificant, obviously every death is significant, but statistically insignificant number of cars, if you're more transparent as a company, be it Toyota or any other, are you going to unnecessarily scare off consumers?
I don't think it's possible to unnecessarily scare consumers off with the truth. If consumers can't accept the truth, then there's a problem with your product.
And then just lastly, we've got to wrap, but tomorrow, the big day, Kia Toyota testifying. You say he's coming with an interpreter. You think that may be a good idea since his English is not
I think
perfect.
It may be a good idea. I think it's going to create some separate problems for him at the hearing tomorrow, but given what he has said in the past, for example, when he talked about the Prius recall several days after the whole issue with the braking problem came up and said, well, we haven't decided what to do about that yet. I think it's important for him to have someone who can express what he means and not simply what he says. Exactly.
Very interesting. Thanks for your insight.
Thank you.